stranger walked the border near with a gun in the pouring rain. He had no time, he hides his face, he had to relieve his shame. He lifts his hand, it doesn't shake, holds his breath as he takes his aim. Now one more down and two to go, and no one to take the blame. Don't go to the river's end, you just might find your friends buried in a shallow grave, an empty one that bears your name. Now some may live and some may die, but nobody here remains. These worn out shoes, he's come so far, never once he complained. So lift your hands and say a prayer for friends lost along the way. I saw the blood, frozen time when it shot you in the face. Don't go to the river's end, you just might find your friends buried in a shallow grave, an empty one that bears your name. 'Cause when they took your life, everything went cold. The darkness closed around me, and I can no longer hold you in my mind, and I can't find the last one left to go. The peace I find will be sublime as I shuffle off this coil. I'll see you by the river's end, and to the victor goes the spoils. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't walk away, yeah. Don't turn your back on me. Hear what I have to say. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't walk away, yeah. Don't turn your back on me. You won't live another day.
It's Sunday, and we're back with another one of them pack cracking vids, just for y'all's viewing pleasure. Hope you guys are having a good Sunday out there. You know, hey, what's up, Fuzzy Falcon? See Mums in there, Snoop. Thank you for being here, you guys. It's really nice to see you. And yeah, it's been an interesting weekend. So pre-release weekend for Lorwyn has been really cool. I must admit, Friday, I was feeling the imposter syndrome a little bit there. At the end of the night, I hadn't won a single match at the pre-release, and I was like, no. But you know, these things happen. I will say, if you're going to do a Lorwyn pre-release or sealed event, I would highly recommend that if you can, you should focus on Kithkin, because they're gonna win everything. Those, and actually, you know what, goblins were pretty quick as well. Everything else seems to be quite slow, unless you get some certain specific cards, and if you can really drive home the tribal. Elementals are just weren't doing it for me. And elves were pretty good, but again, slow. So I would say if you're gonna do one of those events, your best bet is Kithkin, like by a mile. And then I'd say goblins are kind of up there. So I felt like it was a little unbalanced, and it was not the only one, but it's still a really cool set. There's a lot of awesome cards. So I'm likely still going to pick up a box of play boosters. I did not at the event. There just wasn't time. Like, every game was super long, except if you were playing against someone with Kithkin, then it was very short. But, you know, there really wasn't time for me to go upstairs at the LGS and buy a box. So I don't even know what they're selling them for. But I may or may not go back in there, or I might order off of my favorite Canadian online dealer. But we'll see. I don't know. I think I'd really like to get some more, but you know, we'll see. And they're not super expensive because it's not a UB. It's not a Universes Beyond set. So probably gonna do that. You know, at some point here soon. No Snoop for you. Oh, Falcon, you're messing with the mama. I don't recommend it. I mean, you can try. I don't recommend it. Anyway, having a good Sunday. Yesterday, I was at my friend Ryan's place. I don't know if those guys are watching it all today, but if you are, shout out Ryan and Jay-Z. Jay-Z ended up picking up a box of Avatar, and we did a draft on Avatar last night. Funny doing Avatar draft on Lorwyn pre-release weekend, but it was cool. It was really good. We had a great time. Our friend Cameron won both of the games that we managed to put in. Of course, we were playing, there are 5 of us, so of course games go pretty long when there's 5 people as well. We don't do one-on-one, we don't do head-to-head, we do, you know, we do full games. 60 card, so it took a long time just doing the Kraken and the drafting and then the deck building. But I ended up with a really good deck. And then the second game, it was looking like I was going to dominate and win. But I made the mistake of going after Cameron, who ended up winning, with my flyers and such, instead of taking Ryan out when I had the chance. And then Ryan, on his very next turn, had this crazy combo where, so like there's the monkey card. I can't remember exactly what it's called. The monkey that gives all of your creatures that they can't be blocked by more than one creature. And then he played I think it was a sorcery card that gives all your creatures menace, effectively making all of his creatures unblockable. And then he just swung through all of my allies and nailed me, and that was it. And I was like, oh man, never would have seen that coming. I would have survived otherwise. But yeah, it was quite an interesting combo. I was like, man, that's cool. And then the game was fairly shortly ended after that, and Cameron kind of took over. Even though I took him down to 1 health, he made this huge comeback. What a game, though. It was really fun. We had a great time. And yeah, so shout out to Cameron, Jay-Z, Joey, and Ryan for good times last night. And shout out to Sentry Box Cards for hosting the pre-release event on Friday. There were 94 people involved in the pre-release event at Sentry Box. That should give you some idea of how large that store is. And so they have like a whole floor downstairs where they do the big event, and then there's room to play upstairs as well. It's huge gaming store. And then next door, so it's Sentry Box cards, and next door is Sentry Box proper, where you can do, you know, miniature painting. They have tables for Dungeons and Dragons, other board games. Yeah, Sentry Box is a really cool place. I believe it's still the largest gaming store in Western America, if not all of North America. It's huge. So if you have the chance and you're a gamer and you're in Calgary, you should check out Sentry Box and Sentry Box cards. It's worth your while, and it's a cool trip. Cool place to go. Anyhow, I also wanted to shout out to Lord of the Decks. I don't know if he's on today. I don't know if he's watching. I don't see you in the chat, LOD, but thank you for the shout out. And absolutely, you are very welcome. And you know, it's the thing here on Smith Stack. We are all about having fun and being community, building that community. And you know, you said some really nice things and some really wonderful words there that you know, definitely I feel it, man. And thank you so much. And yeah, thanks for being a part of things here. And also a big shout out to Snoop, Fuzzy Falcon, my ma, my girlfriend, Resborg. And then if I haven't mentioned you today, you know, just know that I appreciate you as well. Even if you're here every now and then and you're not in the chat, thank you so much for coming and watching my videos. You know, it's awesome. It makes me so, it really does. It makes me so happy to know that some people are actually coming in here, tuning in and enjoying the show. So, you know, as I like to say, if you're going through hell, keep on going. So if you are, just keep moving, man. So, you know, things get rough and life can get you down sometimes. And, you know, people always want to remind you, you know, there's people out there that are having it worse than you. And yeah, sometimes it can feel like a groaner, but it's true. You know, so take a sec, look around, see what you got, remember to appreciate it all, and, you know, just have as much fun that you can have in the time that you have. I know that's not exactly what Gandalf said, but it's how I took it. Anyway, let's get to some crack packing for the day. That's enough PSAs. Let's see what we got. So today I was thinking we would open a Throne of Eldraine and an Avatar. Since we did Avatar, I was doing the Avatar last night with my buddies, I wanted to open an Avatar pack today and see what kind of coolness we can get. I'd say best card that was pulled out of that box last night was a full art Azula. Like for real, $50 card, bada bing, bada boom. So, you know, hopefully we get something cool like that in here. If we don't, that's okay. You know, we're doing pack a day. We're on 193 today. Crazy, right? We're at 193. I've made the commitment. I'm going to go to at least 250, and then we'll see where we go from there. I might switch over to more like MTGA content. But for now, let's open your Throne of Eldraine pack of the day. Thanks, Snoop. Thanks, Fuzzy. All right. Oh, what a bore. I mean, look, he's so cute, though. I mean, I just want to tell him that'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. It's nice, though. I love how he creates a food token. You know what's going on. Oh, wait, these are backwards. I think I did that wrong. So, Rosethorn Halberd, that's kind of cool. 1-cost green equipment. And when it enters, attach it to target non-human creature you control. It gets +2/+1. That's great. The re-equip is not good. But, I mean, to equip a +2/+1 for 1, that's really, really good. And if, you know what, if you're doing stuff like waterbending, this might work for Convoke. Or no, maybe just waterbending. But you could use this, you know, to help with your waterbending, even if you don't want to do the equip 5 later. So yeah, great value there. 1 green mana to give your, potentially permanently give your creature +2/+1 until it dies or until someone exiles it or something. It's a good card. Jousting Dummy. Well, sometimes this is how I feel. Like, hey, let's play a game of MTGA, and I'm just your jousting dummy. Because have you guys heard of this thing called smoothing? Yeah, check it out. MTGA does it. So for 2, you get a 2/1, and then you can pay 3, and he gets +1/+0 till end of turn. So you could do that multiple times. If you got a whole bunch of mana out there, a whole bunch of, a whole bunch of lands, a whole bunch of mana rocks, that sort of thing, some dorks. You just pay to pump this guy up, and he swings. If you can give him trample while you're at it, that'd be kind of cool, right? Maybe stick that halberd on him too. Yeah. Bada bing, bada boom. Rimrock Knight. So, if you've ever been to Alberta, we have this really cool town called Banff. And there is a super nice hotel called the Rimrock. And I once spent a night at the Rimrock, and man, was it ever fantastic. Like, it is, like my grandmother would have said, you are up in G if you're staying there. Really, really cool place. Everything's gilded. The restaurant and the lobby basically is like a giant window. And like, if you look out this window, you've got, I think it's Rundle Mountain is like right across from this window. You can see everything on the side of it. You get your binoculars out. There's big horny sheep like prancing around on the side of the mountain. It's so cool. Such a sweet place. If you ever have a chance to go to Banff, stop by the Rimrock and check out the view. Even if you're not staying there, even if you're not going to eat there, just go in. They can't stop you. Just go on and enjoy the view. Such a cool place. Anyway, this guy does Boulder Rush. Target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Rimrock Knight can't be blocked. That's sweet. The 3/1 that can't be blocked? Me likey. You're gonna have to use your. Somebody is using their removal on this. I love cards like this to draw out removal. Read it again. Did I read it wrong? Target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Well, that's an instant for Boulder Rush for 1. Then for 2, you get Rimrock Knight, who cannot be blocked. Oh, thank you, Fuzzy Falcon. I don't know what's going on. It sounds like some kind of dyslexic problem where I'm adding words into what I'm reading. So he can't block. Never mind. So, yeah. Not as good as I thought. No, he can't block. He can still be blocked. So, okay, yeah, he's not as good as I thought. Never mind. Moving on. Still, Rimrock Hotel, excellent place. Curious Pair. Human Peasant. Starts out with a 1-cost treats to share. You create a food token for 1. That's pretty decent. And then for 2, you get a 1/3. And this one can block. And can also be blocked. I like these adventure cards, though. Eye Collector. Oh, here's a fairy. People are saying there weren't enough fairies in Lorwyn, but I think that like people kind of forgot a lot of the fairies that they've seen actually come from Throne of Eldraine. Like this one. Eye Collector. So for 1, you get a 1/1 with flying, which is good value already. Whenever Eye Collector deals combat damage to a player, each player puts the top card of their library into their graveyard. So great for mill, self-mill, all kinds of, shenanigans can get started on turn 1 with this Eye Collector. And having the flying just, puts it over the top. Great little card. And you have Opt, another good card. So you scry 1 and draw a card. I mean, it's just pure, right? It's just a pure card that allows you to do exactly what you want. What's that next card? Oh, it's not the one I want. Okay, I put it on the bottom, and then I get whatever's next. Or it is what I want, and I get to put it in my hand. It's a fantastic card, and you can do that at any time because it's an instant. So do it on the end, at the end step of the person who's playing right before you, so that you don't use your mana for turn. You just use the one that you had left over for spells that you didn't need to cast until the beginning of your next turn. So yeah, this is an excellent card. Opt. Silver Flame Ritual. You get that for 4. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Totally worth it. especially if you've got a bunch of creatures out there. And it has adamant, so if at least 3 white mana were spent to cast the spell, creatures you control gain vigilance until end of turn. So, I mean, that's nice. You get an attack round with everything that you just put a +1/+1 counter on, and none of them have to be tapped. So you have defenders. Of course, it's only good if you have the opportunity to attack. Yeah, first set did have a lot of fairies as well there, Snoop, for sure. They did offer a lot less. There's only like 8 fairies in the new one, I think. Lochthwain Paladin. Lochthwain Paladin is a 3/2 for 4 with Menace. Menace is good, but is it that good? Yeah, maybe. And it has adamant, so if at least 3 black mana was spent to cast it, it enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. So, yeah, I mean, you probably want to dedicate to black to have this in your deck. But that makes it worthwhile because then it's a 4/3 for 4. With Menace, that's definitely value. Without the Menace, not so much. But the Menace, I mean, but later in the game too, right? So, you know, use your best judgment. I think it's a cool card though. Human Knight. Red Cap Raiders. Yeah, pretty decent. 3/2 for 3. Red Cap Raiders attacks. You may tap an additional non-human creature you control. If you do, Red Cap Raiders gets +1/+1 and gains trample until end of turn. So that's, in my opinion, worth the 3. Losing that 1 defense. Having that ability on there is definitely worth that, losing that 1 defense. Pretty cool card. Goblinos. Forever Young. Forever Young. Forever Young. So it's a sorcery for 2. Put any number of target creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library and draw a card. I mean, so yeah, you get to just basically pick something out or not, right? You just want the next card. What is it? Here it is. Or, you know, you can just make sure that you know exactly what it is. If you pull a creature out of your graveyard, put it on the top of your library, and then just draw it. Yeah, for 2, great card. But it is a sorcery, so you got to do that on one of your main phases. Deafening Silence, another decent card here. 1 cost enchantment. Each player can't cast more than 1 non-creature spell each turn. This really messes with blue players. This is a great, excellent card against spell slinging decks, for sure. Yeah, I love the art on it too, Falcon. Absolutely, buddy. It's just cool, right? Like, it's just cool. Like, these guys, they're trying to cast spells, they cannot. They got a mouthful of light, just like just Marcellus Wallace. I don't know where I'm going with that. Ooh, animating fairy. Speaking of fairies, here we got the showcase bordered animating fairy. So it has Bring to Life for 3. Target non-creature artifact you control becomes a 0/0 artifact creature. Put 4 +1/+1 counters on it. Sweet. For 3, yeah, that's pretty sweet. Yeah, I am as well, Fuzzy Falcon. I mean, it's great having 2 cards for 1. And then for 3, you get this flying 2/2 in beautiful, beautiful form factor. Like, it's such a nice card. Such a gorgeous card. I love these cards that came out of the Throne of Eldraine. It's actually whole reason why I bought the Eldraine stuff in the first place back in the day was so that I could get some of these cool feature border cards that they made. Somewhere in my collection I have the Goldilocks one. And then we've got Arcanist's Owl. So for 4 you get the Arcanist's Owl. It's a bird. It's not a falcon. But I mean, he's kind of doing his best falcon impression, don't you think? Right? He's falcon-esque. So, you know, maybe this is your card today there, Falcon. So we got an artifact creature bird. So it's an artifact. That's kind of cool. Flying, 3/3 for 4. And then when Arcanist's Owl enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact or enchantment card from among them and put it in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any random order. So, yeah, you know, it's, you know, artifact or enchantment fixing. Not too bad. The fuzzy owl is your cousin from Chicago. That's cool. He's not a barn owl then, I take it. Anyway, that's a cool card. Arcanist Owl, pretty neat. Oh, we got a giant killer. This is actually a really good, one of the best adventure cards as far as I'm concerned in the set. Giant killer. So for 3, you get chopped down, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. So you get rid of a big nasty for 3. And then you put this guy out for 1, and then he's a 1/2, which is overvalued. And then you've got 2 and tap target creature. It's really good. Really, really good. So yeah, you can use this a lot. Oh yeah, Icy Manipulator would, yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's not, you know, it's not nice to tap your opponent's creatures and put stun counters on them, but it is fun. And you can do that very effectively with a white-blue deck. Anyway, yeah, Giant Killer, excellent card, probably card of the day. And then we got a nice little forest in the back. I love the artwork. Yeah, the artwork from this set, Throne of Eldraine, is just some of the best in my opinion. Some of the very best. Anyway, that was a great pack. Best card out of it, though, definitely the Giant Killer, and potential card of the day. All right. So, I mean, we may as well. We got to do a Uno Mas, right? Uno Mas. Right? We're going to do it. And it's going to be an Avatar play booster. Just for your Sunday. After today, we're going back to single pack edited videos next week if I can get my act together and do some recording. Then we're going to get right to it. Hang on. Yeah, okay. So these are all in order. So we have a Geyser Leaper. Yeah, that one's all right. It's okay. I mean, it's not the greatest value, but the water bending is, I mean, it's handy. It's a little expensive, but it's handy. Zhongzhong's Deserters, excellent card right here. So if you are, you know, doing draft or anything, Zhongzhong's Deserters is a really high value ally because it procs on all the allies. It only costs 2. Sure, it's a 1/2. But you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, so it is overvalued. Like, you're getting more than you're paying for with this card. And if you're playing allies, you want to have this card in your deck. It's good. Ostrich Horse, pretty cool. I mean, because you have a 4/2 on turn 3, right? If you want to put that +1/+1 on there, right? Or you can mill the three cards. Like, you're going to mill them anyways. You could take a land out of there if you want. So, you know, depending on how you're doing. If you got lots of lands in your hands, you're probably going for the 4/2. If not, you might go with the land. But either way, decent little turn 3 drop there. Rough Rhino Cavalry. This one is always a little nasty to see getting put on the board because, I mean, it's a 5/5, right? It's a 5/5 for 5 with Firebending 2, so it is above mana value. So you're gonna say it's a Legend of Yangchen Mythic? Well, we'll see. Rough Rhino Cavalry, pretty decent card. Pretty decent. The exhaust on there is nasty, but it costs a lot. But once it's on there, yeah, this thing just gets big. Corrupt Court Official, also a really good card. I mean, it's not for making friends, but causing your opponents to discard early can definitely give you a bit of an advantage, especially if you're head-to-head, right? Like, if you're playing multiple people, it's not necessarily going to be as impactful, but in head-to-head, this is an excellent card to make your opponent really mad. It'll quench you. A really good counter spell because it does require 2 to prevent it. Like, if you're gonna, like, you want to cast this when your opponent is out of mana. Obviously, they're going to pay if they have the mana still. So, you know, it's kind of limited use. But it does work. Aang's Journey. Yeah, this one, I mean, it's great for what it does. So you're paying 2, you do the kicker, and you get a shrine and a land. Right? And you gain 2 life. So, yeah, it works. There's other ramp, though, that I think is just going to be quicker. And then My Jaded Edge. So a 1/3 for 2 with prowess, that's nice. And then exhaust 3, put a double strike counter on Mai. So that only goes once, but yeah, to make her double strike for 3, really good. This is a great card. If you're playing red, Resborg, what up, buddy? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, if you're playing red, this is a good card in your sealed deck for sure. Longfang, Grand Secretariat. So for 3, you get a 2/3 Human Advisor. Not an ally, mind you. And then whenever another creature you control or land you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So it can be this one, it can be any other one that you want. So it's a good card, and definitely if you pick this one up, you may want to have it. Although it's not an ally, so probably not necessarily. Like, there's an ally that does the same kind of thing. So, you know, if you're playing allies and you have the other card that is an ally, you'd probably choose it over this. But, you know, this will work in pretty much any other type of deck that you want to do, as long as you got green and black. Buzzard Wasp Colony. This one's odd. Would Mana Skimmer be considered a land denial card? I guess. So Buzzard Wasp Colony, bird insect, really weird, creepy looking bird thing that someone came up with. Imagine seeing that on the horizon. Good lord. So it's a 2/2 with flying, and then basically, like, when your other stuff dies along with counters on it, you can put it on this creature, which can make it a real threat. All right, and actually last night, I think it was Jeff that was using this, and he put a ton of counters on it. He had the Avatar. What are they called? Like the crowd that gets bigger and bigger and bigger for every ally that you put out there. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, that he sacked it and then put all of the +1/+1s on this Buzzard Wasp Colony, and of course that gives it flying, and it's even bigger because it's a 2/2. So yeah, pretty good. And then we've got Serpent of the Pass. Serpentor. So, like, for 7, you get a 6/5 Serpent. If there are 3 or more lesson cards in your graveyard, you may cast this spell as though it had flash, which is great. And then this spell costs 1 less to cast for each non-creature, non-land card in your graveyard. So, yeah, you can get this out there for pretty cheap. And quickly. Like, in a hurry if you need to, right? Cheap and in a hurry, because why not? But, you know, you got to meet those requisites. So, yeah, kind of specific, but it definitely is a nasty one to show up for cheap if you can do it later in the game. Aang's Iceberg. Looks like maybe you were a bit wrong there, Fuzzy Falcon, and that's okay. Aang's Iceberg is a 3-cost enchantment with flash. When it enters, exile up to 1 other target non-land permanent until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. Then you can waterbend 3, sacrifice this enchantment, and if you do, you scry 2. So it's pretty darn good. It's got value. Definite value, but it's not awesome. Yeah, it's not awesome. It's just good, right? I mean, at least in my mind. Oh, look at that. Bonus! Katara the Fearless foil borderless with the cool artwork border that they made for this set. So for 3, green, white, blue, you get a 3/3. Yeah, this is a nice pull. This might be card of the day right here. Legendary creature, human warrior, ally. Allies. So if triggered ability of an ally you control triggers that ability, triggers an additional time. Fantastic card, especially for allies. Especially, of course, allies are so good. Man, like, the Avatar set just kills it for allies. And yeah, I think this is going to be our card of the day. The Giant Killer is nice, but this, I mean, in foil, is really good. Let's put it down there. And we got the Misty Palm Oasis. Who's got the Misty Palms out there? Hands up. I see you. Oh, man. Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely it is. Actually, that was the color, so that was the color of the deck I was playing last night. So when you're playing allies, 3 color is definitely a good way to go. Green, white, blue, because there's a lot of allies in green, white, and blue, and a ton of support for the allies and, you know, just all your creatures in general. If you can get it, there's a really cool non-basic white land that you can pay. I think it's like 1 white and 3 mana. And then you tap it and you can put +1/+1 counters on all your creatures. Like, that's a great support. Like, if you're gonna do an ally deck, I would highly recommend 3 color and include this card if you have it. I'm definitely going to be building a 60 card deck like that as soon as I can. And then we've got the Misty Palms Oasis and a nice little ally creature token with a clue on the back. Get a clue. That's right, go get yourself a clue. Oh man, okay, so that was a good pull, you guys. That was a good pack-a-day habit, if I do say so. Good competition there in the Giant Killer from Throne of Eldraine. That is an excellent card in its own right. But today I'm just gonna have to give it to the Katara the Fearless foil borderless, or sorry, extended art. It's not borderless, I guess. It's the extended art with this like showcase art border. Katara the Fearless, card of the day. What a beauty of a card too. All right, you guys, thanks so much for joining us here on Smith Stack Pack-a-Day Habit. You know, we like to do this every day if we can. I'm committing to 250 in a row. We're at 193 today. 193 days in a row cracking packs. God, you know what, you guys, I'm not going to say it hasn't taken a toll. It's taken a toll. It's been a little difficult. I love doing it. I love seeing you guys here. I love having you all here. And I'm putting together little packs, little stacks of cards to send to you guys too. If you're in the Discord, make sure to get in on the Discord and then send me your information, and I will, as I go, I try to remember, oh, this person really liked this card, they wanted this one or that one, and I put them aside in a little pile for you. And then if you happen to have sent me your information in the Discord, I'll send it to you in the mail, and you will receive good cards from yours truly. I just like to do it as a little thank you for coming in and hanging out with this middle-aged dude that just cracks packs on the internet. You know, it means a lot to me. And so, you know, come on down, check out the Discord, hang out with us. We're fun people in there. So, you know, we have a good time. So come on down. Anyway, like and subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully so it depends. Like today, if I can get to it, I'm going to record a video and it'll be up at 4 p.m. tomorrow. If you don't see a video at 4 p.m. tomorrow, then you can rest assured that I will be doing a live stream at 7 p.m. So I know it's a little confusing. I got a busy schedule though, you guys. I work full time and then some. So, you know, it's a little difficult for me to pin it down at the same time every single day, but I do what I can. So if you don't see a video at 4 p.m., you can expect a live stream at 7, and I will see you tomorrow regardless. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday, and, you know, keep your stick on the ice, and, you know, just do what you can with the time that you have. Have yourselves a good evening. Bye-bye now. Let me see here.